All right, good morning, everyone. I didn't think I'd be back until after Christmas, but I heard to do this reading today, and it's using the Oracle of the Fairies cards. It's a little different. And it's called, as you saw in the title, What Are You Leaving in 2022? Like, what are you leaving behind? What are you releasing? What's no longer serving you? Basically. So what are you leaving in 2022 as you start 2023? So let's see what that is. I'm going to open the energy. You can pick your card and then we'll go from there. Sorry. All right. All right. Here we go. If you haven't picked your card, pause the video and do so. But we will get started now with the first group. So I'm going to put these ones down here so I remember which one's second and which one's third. Sorry about this shadow. I don't know if I can get rid of it. The only way to get rid of it really is to turn off the light. Let's see if we have enough natural light. We have pretty good natural light. Let's do it with natural light today. All right. So, pile number one. What is it that you're leaving behind in 2022? Or that you're leaving in 2022. They don't want me to say behind. That you're leaving in 2022. It's like, when you leave it all on the, floor at yoga, they say, leave it all on the mat, I guess it is. Not floor, but leave it all on the mat. It's kind of like that. That's how they want you to think of it, okay? Like you're leaving it all on the mat. You're leaving it all in 2022. You're not bringing it into 2023 with you, okay? Now, I'm told this card will be revealed later. First, they want me to use the tarot. What tarot? The blue tarot. Okay. So, I'm going to put this over here just because I don't want to, I don't want to block the light. Okay? Because we're using natural light and the candles are part of that. So, I'm going to put this card that's going to be revealed later right over here because I don't want it to fall away either. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so what are you leaving in 2022? There we go. We've got some cards that jumped right out. So there's 3 cards here. And think of it again, like you're leaving it on the mat. You're leaving it in 2022. That's how they want me to convey it. All right. So what's the first card? Fear of past mistakes. You're leaving that in 2022. Okay? Oh, being taken advantage of. That's what I know that seems weird with the card that I just pulled, but that's what this card is indicating at this point, at this moment in time. Okay? It's just what they're saying to me, so. All right. Giving too much. Giving too much. Okay, so what this is telling me, the picture is painting is, the mistakes you've made in the past was giving too much and being taken advantage of, okay? That's the fear that you're going to leave behind. So the truth is you can never give too much, okay? Because the more you give, the more you receive. However, you've had some experiences in the past that were not reciprocal, right? You gave a lot to someone and they didn't reciprocate. And I'm hearing, and you didn't feel the universe reciprocated either because, of course, we know that it's not tit for tat and it's not like you give to one person and they give back to you equally or more or whatever. It's, it can come to you and, it's like that pay it forward idea. It can come to you from other places. But you felt in the past that you gave too much of yourself. You were too forgiving here. You were too loving, too unconditional. That's what I hear. And that ended up, you had no boundaries, all that kind of stuff. And that ended up, with you being taken advantage of, and that's what you fear you're going to do again. So you fear if you open yourself back up, open your heart back up, open your home is what's coming back up, open yourself back up, open your love back up, open your willingness back up, open your vulnerability back up, I'm hearing, open your giving and receiving back up. That it might be a mistake. That's how you are right now. That's what you're feeling right now. That you might repeat those mistakes, that you might lose yourself, lose your boundaries, all that kind of stuff. They want to tell you that you're leaving that in 2022, okay? You're going to leave that in 2022, that fear of this happening again. So it's not so much a fear of a past mistake as much as a fear that history will repeat itself, okay? I often get asked, how do you forgive and forget without making the same mistakes over and over again, or without experiencing the same problems over and over again? And the thing about forgiveness is it's just letting go of the resentment and anger toward. That's the definition of forgiveness. So you forgive, you let go of the anger and resentment toward. When we say forget, it's not forgetting the lesson, it's just forgetting the details. Because if you keep hashing out those details or going over those details or obsessing or bringing those memories back up in detail, you keep yourself there, trapped in that place, right? And those emotions and those feelings, etc., etc. So it's important not just to forgive and let go of the anger and resentment toward any, times you felt taken advantage of or whatever. You felt your boundaries were crossed, or you felt you didn't have strong enough boundaries. Maybe you're upset with yourself, and forgive yourself, forgive whoever else, whatever else was involved, but also forget those details. Okay, it's time to forget those details. All right, you're gonna leave that in 2022. That's what they're telling me. All right, so now this card can be revealed. Fairy spotting. It's time to go fairy spotting. It said that seeing is believing, but in fact, the opposite is true. Believing is seeing. Right. Okay. So what this card is saying to me is that believing is seeing. That's what they say. So, and how did I used to say it? So, and what you believe, you will perceive and you will receive. Okay, so what you believe, you will perceive, and what you perceive, you will receive. So if you're in this place of believing that you're going to be taken advantage of, if you open yourself up, okay, that you're going to somehow end up on the short end of the stick. If you believe that, that's what you're going to experience. So they want you to leave that behind. They want you to leave that on the mat of 2022, all right, that belief system. They want you to start believing that if you open yourself up and you start giving of yourself again, that will be reciprocated. That love, that energy, that focus, that attention, that wealth, whatever that wealth looks like, it will be reciprocated and it will come back to you tenfold, is what they say, right? Don't get hung up on the number. It can be millionfold, right? There's no limits here, they want me to tell you. So, but believing is seeing. So in order to see yourself not being taken advantage of and to receive the experience of not being taken advantage of, you need to believe it. So they want you to leave this fear in 2022, this fear of being taken advantage of, this fear of losing yourself, this fear of, if you open up your heart, even to yourself, not even to others, but to yourself, that you will be hurt, okay, in some way. I know it's a big ask. They're saying, I know it's a big ask. I know it's a big ask. Okay, so they want me to get a postcard from Spirit to help you with this. So let me grab those. What do they want to tell you about leaving that fear in 2022, on the mat of 2022? Think of it that way, right? All right. I can feel the pressure around this. So that's why, it's a big ask. There's another card that flipped over, but this one came out. I'll see if that other card is going to be red. But this one says unlock your magic. Look at that. Beautiful. Dearest you, going the extra mile to achieve your dreams and putting in some overtime will reap big rewards. Now is the time for you to act, to stir up some energy and put those plans into action. There are many windows of opportunity that open but close quickly when you don't take the risk and go for it. Okay, so perhaps some of you have gone for it in the past, whether it was a business relationship, a love relationship, whatever it was, and it didn't turn out so well. So today, be confident that your hard work will pay off. Okay, yeah, you will reap the rewards. So you've put yourself out there, you do the work, you open yourself up, all that kind of stuff, it will pay off, okay? And you will feel that satisfaction and fulfillment of reaching your desired outcome. It might turn out even better than you expected. Remember I said it's not just tenfold, it could be millionfold. Isn't that amazing? Remember how much work you're willing to put in. We will match it tenfold on our end. There we go. Everyone over here is rooting for you to win the game of life, so just do it. Okay. So some of you you've definitely taken a risk in the past in some way and put yourself out there and put a lot of your heart and soul into something and didn't feel like it paid off, whatever this was. It could have been a relationship. It could have been a business thing. Who knows? So they want you to leave that belief that was created around it's failure. They want you to leave that in 2022. Okay, leave that in 2022. That's what they want you to do. All right. So, okay, and this is the next card. It is the one that flipped over in the deck. They want me to read it. Dearest you, did you know that when you stop fighting and accept everything exactly as it is right now, miracles start to happen? There is a freedom in this kind of radical acceptance. Let go of unrealistic expectations and see things as they really are, not how you'd like them to be. You'll be surprised how everything seems to fall into place. When you refuse to accept things, life gets messy. You act messy, and your world stays in chaos, tension, and disarray. But don't try to force a change or manipulate circumstances. Instead, learn about what it is in front of you and face it with your eyes fully open. Then you can decide, stay or go, sink or swim, move or stay still. Acceptance is the key to freedom and opens the door to the real opportunities waiting to be discovered. Set yourself and others free. Loving you so much, always and forever. So what this is saying to me, what I heard as I was reading this, is that accept this advice that they're telling you. Accept this reading. Some of you might tend to go, well, that's not how it is. I haven't closed myself off. I'm, whatever. You might, start arguing with this reading. That's what I'm hearing. And they're saying you need to accept that you did believe this, or you do believe this right now, in order to face it and then let it go and leave it on the mat of 2022. Some of you might know, I've had this discussion with some people. You might think, well, I'm not creating all this negativity. I'm not creating all this, being taken advantage of, or this failure or whatever. That's not me. I'm not creating it. It's not what I believe. I believe in, everything being wonderful and blah, blah, blah. And it just keeps happening. So, they're saying that, you need to accept that there is a part of your consciousness. I heard a quote in a show the other day, and I really loved it. It said, there is one force that's more powerful than your free will, and that is your subconscious. So, it might be a subconscious thought, but they're telling you, accept that this is where you are right now. You have this belief system that you're going to fail, or that things are going to go wrong, or you're going to be taken advantage of, or you're going to lose yourself, or you're going to be ridiculed, or you're, whatever it is. Okay. And you might say, I've worked on that. I've figured that out. I've let it go. They're telling you there's some part of you that still has that belief system. Okay. So they want you to leave that fear on the mat of 2022. Okay? Anything else that they want to say? Oh, I hear, do you want to know what's coming in 2023? Well, yes, I hear. Let's see what's coming in 2023. When you leave this on the mat in 2022, what doors open in 2023 for you? All right. Let's see. It's going to pop out. All right. We'll let it pop out. We'll be patient. Okay, once my pile number ones leave this sphere in 2022, what doors will open for them in 2023? Okay. Oh, look at those. Beautiful. Oh, look, we have, okay, this is how they want it to come, 7, 8, 9. This is serious progression on the emotional, spiritual level. This is serious progression. Look, 7, 8, 9. This is the secrets of the universe being revealed to you. All the things you're seeking to know, the truths you're seeking to know being revealed to you, okay? Tapping into your intuition, okay? And accepting the help of the spirit world is what I'm hearing. And this is the moon, this is the divine feminine energy, which it was here, right, with the Empress and the Queen of Hearts. But this is opening that back up, opening your intuition back up, opening your receiving back up, okay? Restoring balance, accepting the help. I keep hearing, because this card can mean moving from a situation with the help of someone else. I hear, accepting the help of the spirit world that is helping you leave it all on the mat in 2022, all those fears and all that doubt and everything, so that you can receive these answers, really, this confidence in yourself, and restore balance emotionally and spiritually within you, and reopen the divine receiver that you are, your intuition, your receiving aspect of yourself, and then have fulfillment, real, true fulfillment on the emotional, spiritual level. And see, I always see this as, you had a little bit, but it drizzled, it what's the word I'm looking for? It fizzled off, I don't know, like it just kind of stopped dripping. You got it going a little bit, stop dripping. This is the past, right? You got it going a little more, and then it just kind of stopped. So this is getting it free flowing, flowing freely, I hear, and continually, this emotional, spiritual fulfillment. So they want, this is what they want for you, this major growth, this major progression, okay? So when you leave that fear in 2022, this is what they're offering you for 2023. And look at the other card that came out. Yay! The joy card, the joy. This card just screams joy to me, okay? This is joy. Pure, pure joy. Oh, and leaving behind the tower moments. No more drama and trauma and upsetness and etc. Okay? No more drama and trauma. Pure joy. You'll receive everything in life with joy. You'll receive it as the gift that it is. Without that fear and doubt and all of that, you won't have these tower moments. You won't have the drama and trauma. You won't receive things the same way, right? You won't perceive them the same way. You won't believe the same things, because you're not in that, negative space. So pure joy and no drama and trauma. That's what they want for you in 2023. If you leave that fear on the mat of 2022. Okay? That's your reading, my pal number ones. I hope it helps. I hope it makes sense to you. I hope you, listen to your guides. And I hope you have a fantastic holiday and a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and Happy Hanukkah if that's your holiday. And I don't know everybody's holidays. I don't know all of the things that are celebrated around the world at this time. I know there's a lot of different ones. So whatever your holiday is, I hope it's great. And if you're not having a holiday, I hope that you just have a beautiful, beautiful, year end and go into 2023 with that release of that fear. And 1919, they want me to look that up for you. All right, let me see what that is. 1919, meaning angel number. They're sending you that number. So before we go, 1919. Yeah, so this makes sense considering what we just talked about. The overall message of angel number 1919 is all about partnership and working together as a team, whether it's partnerships that are part of your love life, family life, professional life, or your spiritual life. So opening yourself back up to those partnerships, okay? That's what they want for you. All right. I hope it helps. I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye-bye now. All right. My pile number 2. We're going to put this off to the side. And we're going to first use the tarot, the blue tarot, to find out what it is that you're leaving on the mat, is how they're saying it. So on the mat of 2022. So they're using a yoga analogy. I don't know if you know yoga or heard, whatever, but they often say leaving it all on the mat. So when you do a good yoga session, you leave all the stuff, all the stress, all the everything, that you don't really want, that's not serving you anymore, on the mat. Okay? So they're saying, what are you leaving on the mat of 2022? And that's what we're answering today, okay? What they want you to leave on the mat of 22, what they're encouraging you to leave on the mat of 2022, what they see you leaving on the mat of 2022. And once you bring it to your consciousness, it will be. That's what I'm hearing. It will be left on the mat. So that's what they're here to do with you today. Okay. Again. Okay, I'm going to get the rest. There's going to be 3 cards. Okay. Is it? Okay, not these cards. That's too many. Okay. Keep going. 1 card or 2 cards will pop out. Not a bunch. Oh, there we go. There's the 2 cards. Okay, really interesting what you're leaving on the mat in 2022. Huh. Because these are all very positive cards, right? They're major arcana cards and they're very positive cards. So I'm just asking, what are you saying with these cards? So this is the Queen of Cups and the Empress. This is the Ace of Pentacles and the World card. And this is the Nine of Pentacles and the Hermit card. So all very, very good cards. Very powerful, very good cards. So I don't know why this wouldn't be serving you, any of this stuff. Let me tune in and see what they say. How do I read these cards? Please make the message clear because I'm not seeing it clearly right at this moment. Oh. I see it now. It's similar to the first group. They said, think about the first group. So they want you to open yourself back up to the world. That's what this card is saying, this world card. When you open, it's the world is your oyster. And it also says when you open yourself up to the world opens up to you. And then you have these, opportunities that come to you on the physical level. And this physical self-fulfillment is available to you, okay? But you have to be open. And this requires you to be, this, like the Queen of Cups, very unconditionally loving and open and non-judgmental and very just willing, okay, to allow all. And also to be the Empress who creates and manifests and births and etc. What I'm seeing with the Hermit card, this is where they're saying it, is when this starts to happen for you, all of this leading up to the Hermit card, so being the Queen of Cups, being the Empress, opening yourself up to the world opening itself up to you, receiving these opportunities for fulfillment in the physical world, and then feeling fulfilled in the physical world, you start to hermit and you start to close it all back down. Okay? That's what they're telling us. So they want you to leave that on the mat of 2022. The withdrawing, the closing back up. Okay, and I'm not saying you have to stay open all the time because as people that do this kind of work, 2024, okay, I got to look that one up and then I'll finish that thought. Where is it? Finish the thought, then look it up. Okay. People who do this kind of work, and if you're doing this kind of work, like you do need to be able to, close yourself off to boundaries. And it was 11:33 just now. Close yourself off to boundaries, or close yourself off to energy that might be not great for you. Okay, so I'm not saying you have to be open all the time, but there's this pattern of you opening up and then shutting back down. That's what they're showing me. Okay, opening up and then shutting back down. So that's what they want you to leave behind. It's not that they want you to be open to everyone all the time. You do need, to be able to, have your boundaries and all that kind of stuff. But how do they want me to explain this? But don't shut your openness to receiving. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, don't shut your openness to receiving the positive. Whoa, okay, yeah. What happens is when you haven't learned yet to shut yourself down to the negative, to close down to the negative, to protect yourself from the negative without shutting down the positive. So that's what's happening here. Okay, that's the pattern. Okay, so 24 says, your guardian angels notice the hard work you're putting into your everyday life and they're proud of you. They want you to know that all your efforts are bringing you closer to achieving your goals. You are on the right track should you continue doing what they advise you to do. Okay, so it's not that you're on the wrong track. Okay, they want you to know that you're not on the wrong track. Don't make yourself wrong. Okay, is what they're saying. You're on the right track and you're getting closer and closer to your goals. Okay, but they just need to address this pattern of shutting yourself down when things, actually for you, it's almost when things are going well that you shut yourself down, I'm hearing. So yeah, they just want you to leave that pattern of shutting yourself down when things are going well on the mat of 2022. So they want you to learn how to set boundaries, do all that stuff, whatever you need to do to not attract and receive the negative while still attracting and receiving the positive, if that makes sense. Okay, so and then I saw 11:33 when I got the iPad to look up the numbers. So that's the actual time here. It says it's a positive number that indicates you've got a bright future. You're on the right track in life and you should continue pursuing your goals. Even if things are hectic right now, order and certainty are not too far off for you, okay? So both good things are coming. So both 24 and 11:33 are telling you you're on the right path, you're on the right track. Everything is, you're getting closer and closer to your goals. So they don't want you to make yourself wrong or say, any of that. That's not what they're saying. They just want you to learn how to stay open to the positive while staying focused and open to the positive so that you can receive the positive blessings they're trying to send you without, how do I say this? It's like it's not that the negative don't belong, and it's not that they want you to reject the negative. They just don't want you to fear it. That's it. Without fearing the negative. So it's the fear of the negative that they want you to leave on the mat, because that's what causes you to hermit in, okay? So even when you're having very positive experiences, you still fear the negative getting in somehow, and that's why you close yourself off. So they want you to leave that pattern behind of closing yourself off from fear of the negative getting in. Okay, and that happens with a lot of people doing this work. They're afraid to open themselves up because they're afraid that, if they're opening themselves up, they're opening themselves up to all, which is true. And you're being unconditionally loving to all, which is true. But that doesn't mean you have to experience all. And that doesn't mean you have to choose all. So, yes. So that's what I was seeing earlier. So it's like, there's this river of blessings and all things coming toward you. And because sometimes negative things are blessings too, okay? So, but let's see, look at it like there's this river coming, flowing, okay? And there's all kinds of things in there. You don't have to fear any of it, but you can pull out the things that you want, the positive things. You don't have to pull out the negative things. You don't have to attract them or receive them. And you can stay open to all the positive without shutting down yourself to the negative. Okay, you can stay open to the positive without fear of the negative. That's how it's coming. That's what they want you to know. Okay, I hope that's making sense to you. Let's look at the fairy card. Motivation. When spring approaches, the flowers fairies urge you to spring into action. If there's something you've been merely thinking about doing, they say get busy and do it. Okay, so the spring is a time for you. They want you to know that the spring is going to be a time for you. If there's something that you've been thinking about doing, it's going to happen in the spring. Okay, so they don't want you to get discouraged or anything if it doesn't happen in the January or February or whatever. March, April is when it's going to start to happen for you. Okay, so that's a clue that they want to give you. Okay, what do they want to tell you with these? This is postcards from Spirit. What do you want to tell group number 2 about leaving the fear of the negative on the mat? Okay, that's what we're saying. Leaving the fear of the negative on the mat. Leaving the fear of being open to the positive, bringing in the negative is how it's coming, to be clear. So they have a couple things. Okay, first card is be fearless. All right, let's see what they want to say about this. On Earth, humans learn about life by telling stories and creating new ones based on shared experiences. Eventually, after repeating one often enough, it becomes your main story that you use to define yourself in the world. So to get the answers you seek, you must get vulnerable and hear your story when you tell it. Ask, why do you tell it? Is it really true? What else can be true? Can you see the truth that Spirit is in all things? See, that's what I'm saying. It's all things. The negative isn't bad. It's just, some things, I'm going to even go so far as saying it's not positive or negative. Some things are aligned with you. Some things are not. Okay? So what they're saying is when you open yourself up to what you're aligned with. Stay focused on opening yourself up to what you're aligned with. And therefore, the things that you're not aligned with won't come to you. You won't attract them and you won't receive them. And so you don't have to keep closing yourself down, right? You don't have to keep closing yourself down. The Hermit card, when it's positive, is going within and getting in touch with yourself, and that's all great. But when it's negative, which is how I'm reading it in this one, is closing yourself off, isolating yourself, etc. So withdrawing, I keep hearing. So that's what they want to tell you. Like, when you're open, be open. Focus on being open to what's in alignment with you. And then you don't have to fear that you're going to call anything that's not in alignment with you forward, is how they're saying it. And so that's what they want you to learn. And they want you to leave this fear of being open to receiving on the mat in 2022. That's what it is. Because you've been fearful of opening to receiving because that then you're open to receiving all. But what they're saying is, when you're open to receiving all, that's just being unconditional. But you still get to choose to receive what's in alignment with you, okay? So, can you see the truth that Spirit is in all things? Do you see how other stories overlap and intertwine? Spirit loves stories, for they are like blueprints for co-creation. So tell the one we know to be true about you, a story of courage, gratitude, and honesty. Tell an empowered story about well-being, wisdom, and grace. You will experience your world according to the story you tell about it, so make sure they're stories you're proud of. Genuine, loving fan club. So if you're focused on if you're focused on receiving and you're telling the spirit world, I wish to receive what is in alignment with me, with my soul, with my growth, with my healing, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, that's what they will hear and that's what they will present to you. If your focus is fear and closing yourself off to this, all the things that you're not in alignment with, if you stay focused on those things, it won't, those things can show up more. So it's interesting. Someone used this analogy with me the other day and I really loved it. They said, and we've said this before and we say this all the time, focus on what you want and not what you don't want, right? That's basically what they're saying. But they use the analogy of a cab. So, Imagine that you're in New York City and you get in a cab and the cab driver says, where do you want to go? And you say, well, I don't want to go to the Empire State Building. The cab driver says, okay, but where do you want to go? And you say, well, I don't want to go to Central Park. All right, so where do you want to go? Definitely not Times Square. All right, the cab driver is getting frustrated now. He's saying, where do you want to go? Or she, whoever they are, they're saying, where do you want to go? So the spirit world is saying, tell us where you want to go, right? And then be open to it. We won't take you to where you don't want to go. You don't need to focus on that. You don't need to be worried about that. You don't need to fear that. Just tell us where you want to go, what you want to do, what this dream is of yours, okay? What it is that you've been thinking about, okay? And then we'll help you get there in the spring, okay? Take some time. Miracles can be overnight sometimes, but they can sometimes take some time because there's a lot of intertwining, like they said. So they want you to start telling a new story, okay? One that's not based in fear. Okay, and here we go. You shine brightly. That's what this one says. It's the second message. All your prayers are heard and mirrored back to you from the unseen realms. Be grateful, praise things before they manifest, and always ask for the highest good. This is what I've been saying in a much more clumsy way. When you plead and beg, that will bring you only more reasons to plead and beg. See, that's what they're saying. Don't focus on what you don't want and don't plead and beg, okay? Instead, offer your prayers as sacred gifts, as a testament to your faith in a higher power. Open up, right? And let spirit move through you and comfort you. Add meditation as a way to become empty so you will be ready to be filled with inspired epiphanies, peace, understanding, and joy. In this moment, your prayers are being answered for the highest good of both you and all life. Sometimes what you pray for is not supposed to happen for you, and your prayers will be answered in surprising ways. At this moment, we are listening intently to your prayers and want you to know that your highest good is our priority. All is well. Okay, so yes, they're listening to you. They're wanting to give you what's in alignment with you. They just need you to stop focusing on what's not in alignment with you and being afraid of it and closing yourself off, because it's harder for them to give to you what's in alignment with you when you do that, okay? So they want you to leave that on the mat, the fear of what's not in alignment with you coming to you, because it's not what they're trying to do, okay? 3737 is a number for you guys. Again, you're getting lots of numbers, this group. Let me see what 3737 is about. And then we're going to do the last bit of the read. So 3737. What does that mean? Okay. It's a manifestation number, so that makes sense. They want you to manifest what's in your highest alignment, right? So it says number 3737, how the angels use their will to help influence life. The universe will unveil the presence of angel number 3737 in one of the most unlikely places to draw your attention. So that might be right now, right here. The meaning is about to impact your life in a positive way. Okay. Angel number 3737 can bestow upon you unique skills and talents that will help you grow as an individual and influence you to do better. Okay, so they're trying to give you these blessings, these gifts, these unique skills and talents that will help you grow. Okay, but for whatever reason, you're afraid of them giving you something that's not in alignment with you, and so you keep shutting yourself down to that. They really want you to be open to that, okay? To receiving these gifts and talents and skills that you have. They want you to unlock them. That's really cool. All right. So if you leave this all on the mat, and it's the fear of receiving, the fear of opening up to receiving, because there's the fear that you'll receive something that's not in alignment with you. Okay, And you'll experience it in a negative way. So that's what you're leaving on the mat in 2022. That's what they're asking you to do. And they're giving you a hint toward timing of what can be in the spring. And now I'm asking them, so if you are able to leave this on the mat in 2022, what does 2023 bring for you? All right, let's see. And I have to be patient. It's going to pop out. We just need to be patient with them. Sometimes these things take time. Okay. All right. There is a burden that will be released. Okay. There's a burden that will be released. Whatever burdens you've been carrying will be released. Okay. That's what I'm hearing. All right. A transformation will be complete. This is the whole thing with the new skills and unique talents and gifts that they're trying to give you. You need to leave this fear on the mat so that they can relieve you of these burdens and you can complete your transformation. Okay, that they're wanting you to. They're wanting to help you complete. That's how I should say it. Okay, and then what's this? It's this one. This one just stuck to it because it's 3 cards. And then they're celebrating. There will be a huge formal celebration for you. It could be a marriage if that's what your goal is. But it could be it's some kind of togetherness. It's some kind of unity, some kind of celebration. They're celebrating you. And look, 44 is the manifestation number, right? The master manifestation number, the master healing number. So huge healing, huge manifestation, 44. Huge number, right? So, yeah, you can manifest what's in alignment with you. You can have what's in alignment with you. You can complete the transformation to being who you truly are. So that what's in alignment with you is what you attract, okay? But you need to open yourself up and stop closing yourself down out of that fear, okay? That you're going to attract and manifest things that are not in alignment with you, because that's not what you're going to do, and that's not what the spirit world is going to do with you, okay? They're not going to co-create that with you. Not anymore, okay? If you leave this on the mat of 2022. All right, I hope this helped you in some way, and I hope that you have a beautiful, beautiful holiday, whatever holiday it is for you. If you're not taking a holiday, I hope you have a beautiful end of the year and leave this fear, okay, of opening yourself up on the mat. And remember that when you open yourself up, you're opening yourself up to what's in alignment with you, not what's not in alignment with you. Forget about what's not in alignment with you. Don't obsess over it. Don't think about it. Don't give it any attention, because that's not what's in alignment. That's not what's coming for you. It's not what's in alignment with you, and it's just noise. So it's how they're telling me right now is it's noise, and it makes it harder for them to hear what you truly want and what's truly in alignment with your soul, and to tune into your soul and everything when you're creating all this noise about what you don't want, and all this fear is chattering in the background, I guess is how it's being presented. All right, go have a beautiful day. All right, group number 3. This is how we're doing it today. We're putting this card off to the side. And first we're using the blue tarot to find out what it is, and this is how they're saying it, what it is that you want to leave on the mat, or what they are encouraging you to leave on the mat of 2022. So they're using a yoga analogy. So, in yoga they say leave it all on the mat, leave all your stress, leave all your fears, leave all your whatever it is, grief, sorrow, on the mat, right? So you get very present in yoga. You get present in your body, you get present in your soul, your spirit, and you just leave all the noise, all the yuck I'm hearing on the mat, right? So that's what they're talking about here. What is it that they want you to, that they're encouraging you to, that they're guiding you to leave on the mat in 2022? And they're just bringing it to your consciousness so you can do it more easily. It's already being done, I hear, by you, okay? But this is a consciousness, bringing it to the consciousness so it can be done more easily. All right, here we go. What is it that in pile number 3 is going to leave on the mat of 2022? Here we go. Interesting. Okay. One more card. We have 3. It's 3-card reading. All right. It's this one. Okay. Okay, so there's a belief that in order to be this Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles holds the space between the spirit world and the physical world, and she creates and manifests from a place of understanding that connection between the spiritual world and the physical world, and understanding that she's not just creating for herself, she's creating for the universe when she's creating and experiencing and etc. So, but there's a belief that you hold that to be this Queen of Pentacles, you must give more than you receive, okay? And that's a traditional belief system. So this is a traditional belief system. That's what you've been taught. It's better to give than to receive. They want you to leave that on the mat. 2022, this is very clear. Yours is very clear. The other two were not as concise as this message, but this is super clear. They want you to leave the belief system that it's better to give than to receive on the mat of 2022. It's that clear. It's that simple for you guys. Okay? This is something you were taught. This is a traditional belief system. This is, that in order to be a good person, a spiritual person, a person who connects to the spirit world and creates and manifests wonderful things for yourself and for the world and for the universe, you have to give more than you receive. And that is something they want you to let go, leave on the mat of 2022. All right? You may think that you've already done that. You may think that you've already worked through this, but there is a part of you that still believes this. And that's the part that they want you to address and leave it on the mat. Okay? Of 2022. All right. So, it's so clear. All right. Interesting. So I saw 4656 and I just looked it up, so I didn't call it out. It says angel number 4656. That's the timestamp I saw when I was interpreting this message. Infinite abundance and supply. Okay? So they want you to remember that there's infinite abundance and supply. There's no need to give more than you receive because it's an infinite abundance and supply, okay, that exists. There's no lack. There's no lack. This belief system, it's better to give than to receive, was founded in lack consciousness. So, if you're in abundance consciousness, you'll be able to shift this. You'll be able to leave this behind because you'll know that the giving and receiving is constant. It's I'm seeing this, it's ebb and flow. It's back and forth. There's no need to fear lack or abundance. You cannot have too much. You cannot have too little. No one can. That's what I'm hearing. There's a balance. There's an ebb and flow, of course. But when you leave this belief system on the mat of 2022 and shift into the abundance consciousness fully and out of the lack consciousness, good things will come, okay? And then now they want me to use look at the oracle card, the fairy oracle card. Precious time. The fairy of time wants you to experience every moment fully and make the most of your precious time. Be mindful not to waste others' time either. All right, so interesting. Okay. Are you a person who's giving a lot of time to others? Or are you a person who's wasting the time of others, you feel? Or wasting your own time? Are you, maybe you're feeling like you're, oh, okay. Okay. What it's saying with this is the belief system that time is precious, that you're running out of time. This is part of your lack consciousness. It's about time, not so much about money. Some of you might have thought it was about money, but it's about time. So some of you feel like you're running out of time, okay? And to become this Queen of Pentacles, to give more than you receive, and to, like, you know, change the world, save the world, whatever it is that you're, you know, trying to do in your time here on earth. They want you to know that you have all the time in the universe, okay? Death is not the end of you. They want to say that very clearly. There's no such thing as precious time. That's what they're telling me. Time is abundant, okay? It's in abundant supply. That's the abundant supply that they were talking about with the number there. You have plenty of time. All right? You have plenty of time to be this Queen of Pentacles, to create, to manifest, to give and to receive. Okay? There's no limits on your time. All right? So, again, they want you to leave the belief system that it's better to give than to receive on the mat. They want you to bring giving and receiving into equality. They want you to see the abundance of time, of love, of, you know, wealth, of everything. You know, there's an abundant supply of everything in this universe, including time. All right, let's see what they want to say with these postcards now. So there's plenty of time. You're not running out of time to, you know, become this amazing person you want to become. Okay, you are this amazing person is what they're saying, but for you to see it and experience it in this world, you're not running out of time. I want me to tell you that. Okay? All right. This one. Interesting. Okay. You are beauty. Okay. The common sayings, be in the world but not of it, and wear the world loosely, refer to the need to be engaged with life while not being attached to the specific outcomes. Do not take this world too personally, for you are one of many co-creators here to play, and we have many ideas about how all this should play out. Just know, so this is the co-creator you want to be, right? Just know, or that you are, the outcomes don't matter as much as the presence you bring to each experience and how you let yourself flow through life. There's a real freedom in knowing and accepting this. So will you wear the world loosely, or will it straitjacket you? It is your choice. Whatever happens, have the courage to keep trying to live as you are meant to. And when it comes to manifesting, and that's what we were talking about, don't worry about the how or even the why. We have that covered. Everything is going to turn out exactly as it should. Spirit has a plan, loving you always and forever. So I keep hearing, like, don't stress about this, right? Don't stress about this. You don't have to give more than you receive. You don't have to, like, follow all, you know, like, have this belief system that you're running out of time to give more than you receive, to be a co-creator with spirit, all this kind of stuff. There's a lot going on here. It's kind of jumbled. We're going to get one more card. But, yeah. And you don't have to even figure out the how or the why. All right, you just have to choose to allow, right? Allow yourself to give and receive. Allow yourself to co-create, okay? Allow yourself to experience the abundance of this universe. That's what I'm hearing. And you don't have to know how or why to manifest the experiencing of the abundance of the universe. They have that covered, they're saying. So choose to allow to experience the abundance of the universe, to co-create in the abundance of the universe, okay? That's what they're saying as I'm shuffling these cards. Choose to allow that, okay? Let go of this belief system that you have to give more than you receive, and let go of the belief system that you're running out of time, okay? There's two cards that came out. Is it both cards? They say ask the pendulum, okay, because I'm not getting a clear answer. Is it this card? No, okay, it's this card. Yeah, that's what I thought, okay. But I like the message on this card, so that's why they said ask the pendulum, because I was like, oh, I like the message on this card. So I try not to look at them usually, so I could just feel it, but I saw it, and then I was attached to it. So that's when the pendulum comes in, for clear communication. Okay, you are not alone, right? There are times you get lost but refuse to see your part in things. Happens to everyone. Something feels familiar but sort of off. If you're feeling confused, it's best to throw away that map you're using, which only lets you navigate based on your past experiences. That isn't what you need right now. Instead, take a deep breath and open to the truth. A desire to stay in denial means that part of you doesn't want to be responsible for the pattern that's shown up in your life. Yes, this is the right time to wake up and start again. By the way, you will always get another chance. You have an unlimited chances to start again. This is about this time thing, right? You're not running out of time. You haven't blown your chance. You know, you have more than enough time. All right? Let go of the belief system that you have to give more than you receive, and let go of this thought that you're running out of time, okay? Or chances. We love you so much. We really do. Be gentle with yourself. Coming out of denial is like being temporarily blinded by super bright lights. Allow your eyes to adjust. Carry on, special one. A beautiful life awaits. So coming out of this lack consciousness and into the abundance consciousness, because lack consciousness is the denial of the abundance of the universe. And that's what this is said in, denying the abundance of the universe. So it's better to give than to receive somehow. You know, that's tied up. It's all tied up in that. That's what I'm hearing. And so they want you to leave that on the mat of 2022. All right? And also, you've got plenty of time. All right? All right. So now the next part of this reading is, when you leave this on the mat of 2022, what is coming for you in 2023? All right, here we go. Oh, Queen of Swords. Clarity. Clarity. Clarity and an ability to use your will to determine your experience, okay? All right, what else? Okay. Ooh. Right perception, because this is the Hangman, but he's actually reversed. So this clarity is, you're going to be in the right perspective, which is abundance consciousness, right? I say right. I don't want to say right or wrong, but in the perception that's most aligned with your success. Okay. All right. That's how we're going to say it, which is abundance consciousness. So you'll feel that. You'll feel like you're in the right place, you know, in the right mindset. That's what I'm trying to get to, okay? And there's some sort of formal celebration. Could even be a marriage, a wedding for you. But there's definitely a formal celebration, stability, a security like you've never felt before, a unity, a togetherness. A very positive foundation, okay? Is there anything else you want to say to pile number 3 about this? Yeah, they want me to pull one more card for 2023. The other groups didn't have this, but you do. Okay, there it is. Ah, look at that. Yeah, the King of Swords and the Emperor. So this is, you've got the Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, the balance, right? And you have the King of Swords and the Emperor. So, yeah, you'll have an understanding. It's like this Hierophant card here, but you have you have wisdom from learned experience. Okay, you have wisdom from learned experience. And then you have this Emperor, this authority, you know, self-determination. Remember I said that. So you have this authority over yourself. You have dominion over yourself. Okay, you return to this place of being your own authority, your own source, you know, with spirit, of course, and with your higher self and all of that, but you're self-determining. That's what keeps coming, self-determining. Okay? Beautiful. That's all I want to say. I hope that helped. I hope you have an amazing holiday. And yeah, just sending you joy. And yeah, let's all move into abundance consciousness in 2023 and leave that lack consciousness, that belief that we have to give more than we receive. It's better to give than to receive, and that we're running out of time to do something, who knows what, in this lifetime, okay? Let's leave that all behind, leave it on the mat of 2022, and understand that there's an abundance of supply, of time, of love, of wealth, of everything, okay? All right, you guys have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.